What's up, guys? Kareka Junior here. So, today we will be looking into the drone rules in Kenya generally. I'll write in the description the specifics of where I got these details, but let's get into it. So, today we will be looking into categorization of unmanned aircraft system operations. When I say UAS, I just mean categorization of unmanned aircraft systems. So they are categorized into three parts: part 1, part 2, part 3. Okay, and then when we get back to part 1, it is category A, operations, which is also category A operations, which is also labeled as low risk drones that are low risk, that don't pose a lot of risk to the public. So these are the specifics of category A operations. So as I said earlier, UAS means unmanned aircraft systems. So let's get into it already. UAS that will be operated within visual line of sight and at a maximum height of 400 feet above the ground and 50 meters lateral distance from any persons, buildings, or objects not associated with the operations. All operations under this category shall be approved or authorized by the authority. Such operations shall only be conducted within visual line of sight. So that is the first one. The second is UAS operated in this category shall not be more than 25 kg or kilograms maximum takeoff mass together and associated payloads. So if it is carrying something, or the drone alone should be not more than 25 kgs or kilograms. The next one is such operations shall be conducted within segregated airspaces and away from any notified, prohibited, restricted, or danger areas unless expressly authorized by the authority. UAS operators in this category shall possess a certificate issued by the authority permitting them to conduct operations. So that is the first specifics of category A. So now we will go to category B. So in the second category, it is part 2. Part 2, which is categorized as category B operations, which is medium risks. So the specifics under this one are UAS operations in this category shall be operated within visual line of sight, including extended visual line of sight. So that is the difference between the first one was just visual line of sight, but this one has been added extended visual line of sight. So at all times and heights above ground and distances from any persons. Let me repeat that. UAS operations in this category shall be operated within visual line of sight, including extended visual line of sight at all times and heights above ground and distances from any persons, buildings, or objects associated with operations as may be determined by the authority. All operations under this category shall be approved and authorized by the authority. The second specific is UAS operated under this category may be operated in non-segregated airspaces but away from controlled airspaces and have all such equipment as necessary to ensure the safe and secure operations. So the third specific, operations in category B shall be conducted away from any notified, prohibited, restricted, or danger areas unless expressly authorized by the authority. The fourth and last specific is personnel operating UAS in this category shall be in possession of a valid license issued by the authority. So that is part 2, category B operations, medium risk. The last one here is part 3, which is category C operations. High risks, they also stroke manned aviation approach. These are the specifics. UAS operations in this category shall be conducted in any airspaces not classified as prohibited, restricted, or danger, and shall be subject to ATC instructions and guidance at heights and lateral distances from any persons, buildings, or objects as prescribed by the Civil Aviation Rules of the Air regulations. All operations under this category shall be approved and authorized by the authority. Okay, the next specific of part 3, which is category C, high risk manned aviation approach. UAS operated in this category may be conducted in BVLOS provided that the RPA has the required capabilities and is fitted with the appropriate equipment, and the pilot is suitably qualified and holds appropriate ratings for such an operation. This is the third one. UAS operated in this category shall be issued with a certificate of airworthiness by the authority based on the type certificate issued by the state of design / manufacture. So this is the last specific for this part. Personnel operating UAS in this category shall be in possession of a valid license issued by the authority and endorsed with appropriate ratings for the type of UAS. So that is the last one for this video. But as you can note, I have noticed that as we go higher, so we started with part 1 and then part 2 and then part 3. But as we go from part 1 to part 2, they add new and more rules. Then we go to part 3 and they add more regulations, more rules, and more things like that, and more codifications you have to go through so that you can be certified by the authorities to fly such drones or such aircraft. So thank you guys for watching. This is just the first video of a series that I'll be producing of these drone rules in Kenya, and there might be like 2, 3, or 4 or 5 videos, but I hope you will follow the series so that you can learn about the drone rules that you should not cross when you come to Kenya or when you are a Kenyan resident. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Peace. I hope you subscribe to the channel, like, and I'll see you in the next video.